Hello everybody, they call me Muse and I welcome you back to Baldur's Gate 3, where our Castle of Bones is coming along just wonderfully. You'll be amazed at what we've done with the path. So we've got Astarion to become a big strong vampire lad. Maybe it's time we go out in the world and hurt some people with him. That could be fun. We'll come through this door because we haven't been through this one yet. Now, what's our next goal? Minty hasn't got the best staffs in the world, has she? The best staves, I should probably say. She's got woe. It's pretty good, but she could do something better than Morning Frost, perhaps. Although, yeah, I think even though she's an ice sorcerer, there's probably a better stave for her out there in the world. Can we actually get through that door, or am I just making stuff up once again? I might just be lying once again. But there are definitely some places down here where we can take another way out. Maybe it is just the one door that we discovered last time that leads into the sewers. Maybe we should say heck it and we should just teleport. Ping, here we are. Now maybe it's time we go and beat up Gortash. That could be fun. We're not in any desperate rush. What are this lot doing? Picking up warhammers and heavy crossbows and shit. We're not in any desperate rush to beat these two and get to the end of the game. So we've still got to find bits of a clown, haven't we? Ah, here we go. It's all kicking off. What a terrible shame. Should we let them come to us? Maybe. Maybe we should do that. Get pinged, friend. You can't be mocked. So we will just sort of shuffle away a bit. Let's see how far you can travel in one turn. Boink. Target outside normal range. Can we inch forward? There we go. And then we miss. Amazing. Shadowheart should have no such trouble because she is a deadly assassin type. 94%. Plonk. Biff. Should we action surge? No, it's probably not worth it. Now Steel Watcher gets to have a go. I'm worried about the range of his sword, you see. Yes, that's what I was worried about. But thankfully, he's missed like a twat. So let's instead ping him. It's probably going to explode in a minute if we're not careful. So we'll shuffle away once again. This lot are going to do their best, which you'll be shocked to learn isn't going to be good enough. You think you could all dash simultaneously. You're just making it harder on yourselves by coming in one at a time like that, because you're just annoying me now. Now, Jolly, would you like to sneak attack the Steel Watcher? Excellent. It's now going to explode. Astarion, can you get within bow range of this lad? He's level 8. He doesn't stand a chance. Bonk. And now we've got advantage once again. Sneak attack. That's that guy out the way. That's that guy exploded. And now Minty gets to have her fun. What sort of fun does she want? As I've said, they're only level 8. Oh, we are due a rest because she's got no spell slots left. What a pain. Let's make ourselves a level 3 spell slot. And then let's drop an old favourite. Sleet Storm. Go on your butts, peasants. Now, what are you going to do? You're going to dash, are you? How's that going to work for you? Okay, he stopped short. You didn't want to fall on his ass. It doesn't make much of a difference. Because he's going to get deaded anyway.
You listening? You're done pretty and sent it to win.
Fair enough. Starin, you can just march happily over the ice, can't you? You have got boots that ignore the effects of difficult terrain. Spring. Get dead. Get battered. Outstanding. And then Shadowheart should be able to ping you, good and proper. Wonderful. We can try and ping that guy. It's to no avail, because he's out of range. That guy's on his ass. Everyone's on their ass. So, what are we going to do, Jolly? Go for the old sneak attack. Wonderful. Not even going to bother trying to insult the guy. I'm just going to punch him to death. Excellent. I'm assuming none of these have got anything terribly exciting about their person. No. We could potentially at this point use a rest, but it's only a Steel Watcher. Okay, it's only 3 Steel Watchers. It seems as though the semi-destruction that we've done of the foundry hasn't got us any closer to actually dealing with these Steel Watchers in here. So, yeah. Sad times, really. Oh, Shadowheart, you're not even in the fight. Come on. There we go. You're a little low on the old initiative front. It's a shame. So what are we doing, Minty? Are we trying to take down this one? Oh no. That one's run like a coward. Okay. So we'll just ping that one with a cantrip and separate so that sword attacks won't hurt us all. We'll ping the wrong target, but then we'll crit the right one. So, take a opportunity attack there, but to no avail. Are you not going to explode? That is just rude. We'll take another opportunity attack if we have to get away. Because you're going to explode soon. That was quite a big attack. Jolly. Blow this one up for me. Pete's sake, Jolly. I mean, you could probably reach it. No, you're too small. Oh, you can reach that one. Nice. Smidge of damage. Kind of disappointed that that one hasn't exploded. You going to come into play? Nope, you're just going to shoot because you are a crossbow user. Okay. But now that one's exploded, so that's good news. Do we get this one at the back to blow up as well? Might be nice. Let's treat ourselves to an action surge. Cool, so 2 of them are exploding. Anytime now. And the other one can be softened up a bit with some more ice. Maybe we can get all 3 to explode on one turn. Yep, they're all going to go. Back up, Jolly. It's quite the display. I'm pleased with that. Anyone in here want to die? Yeah, these might be the buggers who are picking up halberds and stuff. That one appears to still be in their pyjamas. That one looks like a snivelling little wretch, so... we'll start there. Shadowheart can probably ping this one. Yeah, good damage. The Starion could definitely finish that guy off. What do you mean not enough movement? Fine, we'll do a bounce. We'll deal with these ones then. Nice. Okay, that one thinks he's clever. How is Jolly still invisible after doing a psionic backlash? It's kind of cool. Now Minty. Given as the last one hasn't gone yet, we may as well take them out. And now we can sneak attack. This is pretty much some more dudes down. There we go. More loot that we just do not require. We're taking it anyway. We've got some chests. Stuffed bear and a note. Okay, so that's a note about stealing from comrades. That one's locked. That one we got a key for. And that one. So we've got the keys for some of these. Is it still stealing if we're using the key? Probably. Now we've got that little side room. We've got this room that leads back up to where Gortash might be hanging out right now. There's no one in here. This side though. Oh, there's a steel watcher. Okay. Let's maybe take a rest at this point. Can't fast travel right now. Oh yeah. I think we could out here. Someone in camp wishes to speak to us. It's our boy. Probably wants to talk about how cool he is now that he's an ascended vampire type.
You probably expect me to turn into a sea of mist, run wrong side up on roofs, and to call on legions of wolves in battle. This will all happen in due time. But for now, patience is required. I hear the whispers of the night, but I can't yet speak its language. It's going to take a while to become acquainted with my new self.
Are you bound to Mephistopheles at this point?
Mephistopheles has made a new monster, not bound a creature to his will. The rite was honored. The sacrifice is over. Everything lies ahead. I can see my path to a waking dream. From the Crimson Palace I will govern day and night. Create a city of spawn who bow before me. Cast a fog over the world for my children. But first, we must manage the trifling matter of the brain. perhaps it will listen to us. Perhaps it too will serve.
Maybe so. If the Chosen can subdue it, so can we. We'll rule together.
I'm so lucky I crash landed next to such an intelligent creature as you. We make a fine team, don't we?
Can we still trust Astarion? I don't know. We can give him another elixir though. There you go, strong lad. And now before we get to a trifling brain, we've got a trifling lordling to deal with. Ooh, onion soup. And fruit porridge.
Maybe I need more pockets.
We need those as well. It's very important. Now then. Okay, we've got a bit of a rumble, it seems, up here. A lot of people have already been killed before we got here, which is a bit rude. It's kind of our job. There's a concussion grenade on the floor there. And another one next to Astarion's feet. So we should probably deal with those as well. Let's throw that one. Where should we throw it? Does it damage steel watchers? Yes, is the answer. Excellent. And so, of course, do we. Wapow! Kasmack. And Gabiff. Now, as for this concussion grenade, we'll throw that one also. May as well hit the same watchers. Oh, and then we've got these flaming devices that are going to burn us if they get the chance. We don't really want that. We also don't want this watcher to explode before we've got the chance to move away. But I've already moved next to it now. So dagnammit, I'm going to smack it. It's not going to explode this turn. So that's kind of alright. Now, what's going to happen here? You're going to come down and reposition. Nobody. You're going to hit Astarion again. He does like to get hit, does Astarion. Shadowheart, you need to move elsewhere. Maybe we should take down some of these goons. Blam. And blam. This seems like a good place for an action surge. Okay, we missed it that time, but we hit the Steel Watcher, so that's okay. And boff. There's a whole lot of enemies in here. This is a trickier fight than I was anticipating. Have I never come here before, perhaps? Without disabling the Steel Watch? That could be the case. Now, where are all those Bay Knights? They're all just sort of hanging about. Scattered. So big ice damage, maybe not the answer. Like sleet storms may not be the answer for all this gubbins. Oh, good. Well, not great, because Jolly's now been moved into the path of a thing that might set her on fire. But at least she's been moved away from this exploding Steel Watcher that's about to go off. So what do we do with Minty? If we move back, we're not in range of the flame things there, right? We got Chain Lightning, yes? 12%. It is vulnerable, but still 12% for some reason. Okay, now that guy's exploded. But that's fine, because we got time to escape. Blight, that's the big damage spell, isn't it? Yeah, potentially. Does he need to roll infernal resistance? I don't think so. Okay, we counterspelled it, but it just didn't work. I thought that was only the case when we Psionic Backlashed as well, but apparently it just is generally the case. We'll have to bear that in mind. Now, we are getting a big pile of enemies over in that corner, so maybe Minty can do some ice storms or whatnot. We do need to shrink their numbers somewhat. Okay, that counterspell worked. Incineration casters. Those are the guys who are going to spew flames everywhere. Do they only do it if someone's in front of them, though? Like... Okay, that one actually missed Jolly and just hit the Steel Watcher. That's amazing. That one's almost burnt that Steel Watcher to death, which would be unfortunate because we're still there. And now there's a grenade about to go off. Is that the only grenade in the area? I think so. Which means Astarion can move. Oh, now there's one about to go off next to him. Okay. That's fine. Now that guy's about to go. That one can just take a punch. Jolly, what are you going to get up to? You little scamp. Just generally bashing this guy about. Seems like a good idea. Oh. Why did we get hit that time? We also got knocked prone. Not a fan. Okay, so everyone's just exploded. Wonderful. This bugger, 50%. Possibly because of sharpshooter. Maybe I should turn the sharpshooter off. But then if it misses, then we just curve it to someone else. And it turned out it hit. Now we've got advantage. Which means we've done some good damage there. Left it on 6. Which I'd rather not have done. But alas. A bunch of watchers get to have a go. Nope. Jolly's been dragged into the path of a grenade that's now going to go off. The enemies are always tripping over each other's feet because there's so many of them. So, what shall we do? Lots of buggers. Can't go wrong with a nice storm. That's destroyed one of the incineration casters as well. And it's encrusted a bunch of buggers with frost. But then the fire on the ground has immediately turned to water, which is less fortunate for us. Another blight. That time Psionic Backlash saved the day. But we also used up our counter spell. You got boomed. Astarion's taken a kicking. And that grenade next to Jolly's going to go off at some point. Yeah, come on Astarion, you're a fucking ascended vampire lord at this point. That incineration caster appears to have exploded, which is nice. So, shall we bite this guy? Yes. We only got a smidge of health back. But now he's dead. We are kind of going to get Let's see. Oh, we get the benefits of disengage if we use drunken technique. That's probably great because we're in a lot of bother.
This will do nicely.
So let's vanish. And Jolly can throw one of these grenades, I think. Throw. Actually, can she just dragon throw? She can. But then she could also straight up throw. If path wasn't interrupted by this giant galoot in our way. Which it is, sadly. What if she throws over there? Path is still kind of interrupted. Nice. We like this. We'll get off a sneak attack on that bad boy. And then we'll scuttle away, maybe. Whee. Now they all get to do their thing, or at least one of them does. Okay. So, you're kind of trapped in a corner there. Shadowheart. I'm not a huge fan of this. I would like you to be elsewhere. I'd like you to have high ground. But I'd also like you to have eyes on everyone. So I'm not sure how all of that could be arranged. Maybe we'll just settle for getting you out of dodge. And then this lad. There is another one who's in range if your shot misses. Which it did not. Maybe I should be using your special arrows, banishing some of these buggers or something. That was a curious manoeuvre, to be sure, but it did do good damage to Minty, so... Yeah, the team's looking a bit battered here. Maybe I should just run upstairs. Now, there is a bunch of water on the ground though, so that could be turned into ice, but these guys just don't fall over, so what good does that do for us? That guy's weak, so he could be taken out. Cone of Cold. It's good, but it's not got amazing range. I'm pleased with that though. Oh, now this grenade's about to explode. So we'll move that. And we're kind of in range of an incineration caster, which I didn't really want. We'll move over there instead. Jumping, are we? Stop that. Right, all sorts of crap's just gone off. It's kind of a problem. I mean, the fact that Shadowheart's the only one who's left in good shape at this point is also kind of a problem. Let's get rid of this prick. And Booming Blade this Steel Watcher. That's really good damage, but sadly it's not enough. What are you up to? You're just going to stand in that spot. And Minty is now dead. Okay. Hisk. Maybe it's time to consider running away. Although, does this look like a good way to escape? I don't think so. We've used up our Misty Step, haven't we? We've got Scrolls of Misty Step. Let's send those to Shadowheart. We've got Potions of Invisibility. Let's send them to her as well. Just in case, you know? She's used up a bonus action, hasn't she? Yeah. Hopefully she can survive this turn. These Steel Watchers are kind of confused about what's going on. That guy took some Booming Blade damage. But he's still not exploding. What the heck is up with that? Pisk. Stop shooting Shadowheart, everyone. Kind of want to ping that guy, but we've got disadvantage because we're a bit threatened. What if we Santos this guy? That gives us dirty advantage, which means we can now run away from this guy. We can disengage from him. Cool, so that guy's now exploding. Yeah, we're about to die. Shadowheart, I think you need to run away. Is there anywhere we can Misty Step to from out this side? Or are we best off going out this side? And then in there, and across there. I'm sure there's some way of getting it around and about the lower sections. There's a little hut over there. But that's through that door. Let's cunningly dash. We'll take a burn. That's okay. We've got shadow teleportation as well. Area must be lightly or heavily obscured. What about this guy? We can't really kill this guy this turn. But we can annoy him. Now what they're going to do? They're going to finish off Jolly. Yeah. And then they're going to bounce about the place. Jeez. Okay, that one's exploded at least. That one's just dragging Jolly about the place. This ain't going well. Right, so. Cunning Dash. Scroll of Misty Step. Can't cast it. Why is that? That's a bonus action to cast it, and it's a bonus action to drink the potion as well. Shit. I thought at least some of that was not bonus actions. Let's hide. We're definitely not out here, friends. At the very least, they all need to dash to reach us, probably. We've been found. That's not a great surprise. So this is why you deal with the Steel Watchers before you come here. Where can we go with a Misty Step? Target's out of sight. What a bunch of balls. What if we stand right here? target still out of sight? Pisk. Maybe go for plan B then. Well, let's also just do this. Bit of Baromancy never hurt. Only did 13 damage to him. That's a shame. And now we've actually set fire to this, so we can't really escape. But now we're invisible. Take that, friend. We're also not where we were. Yeah, that's right. We're elsewhere. What are you going to do? Frig. Pisk. I wouldn't have actually minded if you tugged us over there. Might have made our lives a touch easier. Although as it is, we've only got 2 Steel Watchers out here. 60% chance of success on a hit. Okay, it saved against the arcane shot. That's unfortunate. And again, it saved. Can we survive another hit from these lads? I should have stood right next to it, just to threaten it. Now this one's going to smack us with its big sword. Good, it missed. That's fine, at least. None of the rest can figure out what to do, so that's good news. What if we take that off? 85%. And then it's about to blow. Do we need the Club of Hill Giant strength on anymore? I don't think so. I shouldn't have used that bonus action, should I? I could have drunk a potion otherwise. Oh well, you're going to try and run away. We tried. An attempt was made for a stab. Maybe this isn't over. Although now you're coming to have a go. Okay. Frick. They can be blinded, can't they? I believe we learnt this a moment ago. They're immune to the psychic damage though, so I'd rather hit them with banishing arrows if we can. But I'd also rather hit the one in front first, just to get rid. Bursting arrow, got grasping arrow. It's going to be immune to poison damage. Bolt of Celestial Light. Deals additional radiant damage. It's immune to frightened, but it did take extra damage. I don't mind these ranged ones quite so much. Get stabbed. Nice. Now I would like to hit the ones at the back just to get one to blow at the other a bit. But we do also need to deal with the one in front first. Just because it's all up in our grill. Good. This isn't over. Kind of hope one of the others would move first. But alas. You two still going to stand next to one another? Okay, good. Critical miss turns into a critical hit. That's pretty amazing. Still don't like our odds. But where there's life, there's hope. Piss. We can only take like 2 more hits like that. Now, we've still got 5 magical arrows. Yes, you can be blinded. Good. So on goes Sharpshooter, all in. For big damage and a sneak attack. And our last health potion. Nice try. You're going to come back out, I guess. So, we should be able to deal with this one. Now it's going to explode, hopefully. Are you not exploding? What the hell? Why have you suddenly decided you're not going to explode? Is it because you're blinded? Does that stop you exploding? That seems stupid. What else could we do with our bonus action? We could use some of our special arrows, to be honest, as well. What are we saving them for, if not for a fight like this where it's do or die? Break. Stop that. Okay, that one has now exploded. Great. Scarlet Remittance is triggered. We gain a bonus to attack rolls, damage and spell save DC. I forgot we had that. There's nowhere to hide out here, is there? It's all brightly lit. Oh no. That bit's kind of obscured. That guy's just chilling. Are they both confused about where we are because we're hidden? Doesn't really help us long term because we're still kind of fucked. 10 turns though on Potion of Invisibility. So let's drink that. And then where can we stand? I guess we don't need to worry too much about obscurity whilst we're invisible. But we still don't want them to know what's up. Can we loot Jolly? Yeah, they're defo confused. Does Jolly have any potions that we could use? Quite a few. So we can spend a few turns healing. Where's that concussion grenade? Does it still exist? I don't know. How healthy are both your steel watches? Pretty healthy. Not on my watch, they say, but I'm invisible. Get wrecked. Nice. We're in a position now where we can do some damage, I think. Let's move a bit further away from the door again. Do we have lightning arrows of some sort? Arrow of ice. Arrow of lightning. Didn't do amazing damage. I was expecting a bit better. And you've been blinded. Great. So you are actually going to have a go. You might have high ground. You're blinded! Stop hitting me, you prick. So regular shots, 8 to 15 damage. Arrow of lightning, more than that. Although it did save against it. Oh, it's throwing a grenade down. Okay. Is that still happening? Now. Regular damage, still pretty good. But maybe try and blind again. And we get the sneak attack off. You're just confused up there. I don't like the way this prick keeps hitting us even though he's blinded. He's the worst. And the way that he refuses to actually die is kind of annoying too. Play yourself up, you knob. There we go. Finally. Well, if we do it ourselves, we get the Scarlet Remittance. So now we've got a +3 bonus to attack rolls and damage and whatnot. But yeah, this guy seems pretty chill up there. Now, does this ice bother us? Probably. I want to kind of bob in and bob out without this guy being able to hit us. Yeah, he seems confused. Path is interrupted. But if we shuffle, then we can ping. And we can ping again. And then we can shuffle back. And it seems... Oh, it's another grenade. It seems like this is a matter of time at this point. Thanks for the grenade. That might help. Target is blocked. What if we move over here? Okay, we can always throw it there. Just to get it out of the way. So yeah, we'll just have to avoid the grenades. But it seems like Shadowheart is just going to be the MVP and is single-handedly wiping out Steel Watchers left and right. I have heard people say that fighting Gortash at the Coronation is like the hardest fight in the game. I feel like most of the enemies that you would encounter in that situation, we have encountered here. Because goddamn this room was busy when we got here. But there we go. Shadowheart wins. Get wrecked, everyone. Now it might be time, you know, to go back to camp. Oh, wait. That's not the way to camp. That's the way to the other room full of fists and whatnot. This is the way that lets us out and get back to camp. Bone Man! Where are you, darling? We've got a job for you. If we can't find you, then we're just going to have to bring Yenna along, because everyone else is dead.
Fate spins along as it should.
If this is how fate's supposed to be spinning, goddamn.
Dost thou require a new ally? Or mayhaps a resurrection instead?
Oh yeah, that's the one. I would like to resurrect everyone, please.
Then thou must return with the proper payment.
Alright, don't get arsy about it. We've got the payment.
This is the price of balance.
Here are your 600 coins.
Well counted. I recommend keeping my distance for a moment. By doom and dusk I strike thy name from the archives. Rise.
Hooray! Jolly has returned. As has Minty. And you better believe Astarion's back as well. You can't really move though because he's heavily encumbered, so let's give him another elixir. And now we're going to have to reapply all our camp buffs. Blam, that's everyone hero who's feasted. Assuming Minty was in range. Where does she go when she is not an active part of the crew? Hello, grub. Oh, you're a good little grub. Oh, you're a good little grub. Look at your little face. Where are you, Minty? You're over there. And you did get the Hero's Feast. Outstanding. I guess we haven't got aid on this guy. We might have it on Danton. What else has this guy got that we might want to buff ourselves with? Whole lot of nothing, to be honest. Danton is our buff boy in general. Sweet. So the crew is largely ready to go once again. Given how that fight went, I'm not sure whether or not we've got time to take on Gortash today. So maybe we will go and beat up some more Fist. We just got a bit bullied in that last fight, and it's our turn to bully someone else. So Astarion can't quite get in there to kick things off. But he could, perhaps, come to here. Not enough movement to jump super far. But he can sproing over there. I mean, he can cunning dash, can't he? Flaming Fist Quartermaster can just get it in the neck. They just happen to be stood there, being level 1. I'm thinking we're not taking down the Steel Watcher this turn, so we may as well just beat up some of the others. Like so.
Look here! You infect mine eyes and nostrils!
So, Steel Watch. Where you going, Rick? Okay, that's not a surprise. Nice damage. So Shadowheart is a bit wounded by all that. But we know that she can take a beating. And dealing with these guys is kind of her thing. Although, now she's going to start missing. But that's allowed. She's absolutely kicks ass. She's allowed to take a holiday from actually dealing damage. As for you, Minty, let's just cantrip that budget. Nice. We are doing good damage to this thing. I should have put mage armor on. Also, why is Astarion only got 15 armor class? That doesn't seem right. Is he wearing like... Oh, he's wearing some light armor helmet. Pisk. Now he's got 18 armor class. That's better. What was he wearing before in that slot? Horns of the Berserker, yeah. Of course now he can't do an action this turn. But that's okay. He can do that instead. That was fun. Yeah, as for you... have some of that. One of those. And a little of that. Now you're going to go after the girls again. Nice try. Shadowheart does get some shots in this time, which is great. Although I suspect Minty is still in a position where she can't escape without opportunity attacks. Yeah. Shock and Grasp though. Real damage. Well done, Vince. Even with his extra armor class, Astarion is still taking absolute pasting. Very much a glass cannon. But what a cannon. Look at these damages he's doing. That's a bunch more buggers out of the way.
Off we go then.
Off we go indeed. But off we go next time. I think Gortash gets to live for another episode, or at least part of one. We'll deal with him as soon as we can. Until then, thanks for watching, friends.